That's fair. I can go along with that characterization. It looks as though we're going to have to address some mass from a recent contraction. But as I indicated earlier, the coherency and cohesiveness amongst our ranks is improving, and the expansion of our ranks is also something that is becoming steady. I had a recent conversation with the art director from the admissions, and Distinguished Noble had said to me in response to my question, well, which one? Because we had gotten a few things a little jumbled up there, because she's been in contact with so many folks as of late. We're keeping her busy, and the GIA has been sending her file after file after file, because there's been various contacts that have been made, sent through voicemail and email. So there's been a lot of file transfers over to admissions for folks looking for information, folks looking for questionnaires, folks looking to set up for interviews for possible amalgamation into the venue. And with things being the way they are, I'm pleased to see that. But yes, there was a contraction. There were some folks that left, some folks that were put out. We've always been candid and told folks it's very hard to amalgamate into the Amexem-Moor-Empire, and it's even harder to stay. What happens is folks come in and they want to think that this is a social club and that they can get us to bend to what their wishes are. We don't do that. We don't play nation, and we don't play social club here. We don't get into social club activity. We're here for diplomacy and governance, and folks have to be trained to do that. And when folks don't meet their abilities and bring their abilities to bear for the benefit of the greater good, we let it be known, well, why are you here? You're not going to act a fool around here. We're not going to tolerate that. So a lot of folks, they get here and it's work. And some folks, they want all the trappings, as they say, of diplomacy and governance and collective sovereignty, but there are those who don't really want to consistently get their hands dirty doing the work. And they bear themselves out over time, and eventually they excuse themselves up out of here. Others leave for whatever the reasons may be. There are various. But we look at it as the tree being pruned so it can bear more fruit. So I don't get into all that. We have been doing the same thing since we got started in terms of how we interact with folks. We treat folks how we want to be treated, and we're careful on particular things. And there are parties who have left, and they basically found themselves, well, it got a little chilly outside. These things happen. We tell folks all the time, look, our collective sovereignty depends on all of us pulling our weight. It's that simple. And when we go through orientation, we'll tell folks these are the basic fundamentals that you have to know on the front end on how to proceed. Some folks, they take it to heart. Some folks don't. And the ones that don't end up getting suspended, fined, suspended, all that stuff. And eventually they face Benham Run Regis, which means they're out of here. These things have happened. However, what I would say at the end of the day is, if folks do what they're supposed to do, if they meet their duties, obligations, and responsibilities, it's smooth sailing within the Amexem-Moor-Empire National Collective. And we're not complicated folks. We're just demanding. We don't play around here. Because to do this work, it takes heart. It takes commitment. Duties, obligations, and responsibilities that we have require heart and commitment. And that's something you can't fake the funk on. You just can't. Either you have it or you don't. Either you're going to engage or you won't. Either you're going to bring it or you won't. And if you're one of those that don't and won't, you won't be here very long. It's just that simple.